Hello, everybody. We are with Thomas Youngblood from Kamelot. You are on a Metal Ops TV show everywhere in the world. It's free, totally free. In France, of course, and on YouTube, of course, too. So it's really a great pleasure to get this incredible musician, the guitarist of Kamelot, Thomas Youngblood. How are you, Thomas?
Bonjour, Pascal. I'm doing great. How's everyone out there doing?
Yeah, I'm great. You speak a little French. It's a pleasure.
Oh, no, no. I wish I spoke different, but I
But
can say hello and a few words. But it's great to be here. Good to see you again. It's been a while, but I'm happy to talk to you about the new album.
yeah, because there is this incredible new album. We will be out around the 28th of August on Napalm Record. It's called Dark Asylum. Perhaps we could speak about, because there are a lot of actuality for the band. It was incredible in this moment. You will go on tour in US tour, a huge US tour. I see that with Vision of Atlantis, and of course the singer Clémentine Delaunais, French singer. So hello to Clémentine, hello to France. So how do you feel about this huge tour, and do you work a lot on this tour? Because I suppose it's a huge preparation.
Yeah, it's a ton of prep, but we're excited. Like you said, it's our biggest tour for Camelot in the history for North America and the biggest venues. So it's going to be exciting. We have Visions of Atlantis with Clementine, who's also going to be probably joining us for a song on the Camelot show. So that's going to be exciting. And
Yeah,
then we
because she sings on one of the songs.
correct. She's on the song Sanctuary with us, and we've been talking about adding her to the Camelot family in some capacity for several years, and we finally made it happen, which is great because she's a amazing vocalist and a super cool person, and so we're excited about the tour. And we also have a band called Frozen Crown from Italy who's also
Yeah,
joining.
great band too.
They're super cool. So the North American fans are going to have a amazing night of music every night here coming up.
Yeah, this is a special bill for US tour, and after you go back 1 month after the US tour, you come back in Europe, and you begin the tour be with Tilburg. Two big show for you, the CAMFEST. Tell me about this CAMFEST because it's your own festival.
Yeah. So we had two shows lined up for the 013 for Dark Asylum, and which is great. I mean, to be able to play the 013 for two nights in a row is amazing. But I thought it would be cool to separate the 2 days with different bands, So
Ah,
the first night we have Xandria and Leaves Eyes and a Dutch band called Elegy, who are
mhm.
really good friends of ours, and they actually toured with us 30 years ago. Our first European tour was with Elegy. Um, and then the second night we have Blackbriar, Exit Eden, and Temperance. Um, so it's
Emperor's.
two massive nights. It's also over Halloween weekend, so we hope there's gonna be a lot of people dressed up for Halloween. And yeah, then the tour continues throughout Europe. We have two shows. I think we have two shows, or we have one show in France. I think Lyon
And Toulouse.
and Toulouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's exciting time for Camelot, and we're looking forward to these shows. And it's a lot of prep, but we're ready for it.
Yes, great tour in Europe too. So you play. I was surprised because you don't play in Paris, and the first clip of the new single, first single, is about Paris and about Notre-Dame de Paris. So what happened? The,
Uh-huh. I think it was either the venue that we wanted to play in was booked. A
ah,
lot of time it has to do with the availability of a certain room or venue, and we have a production that's very big production that you have to find the right fit for. So I'm sure we'll come back and play Paris on the second leg or something.
So you will be back very soon in Paris. We hope to see you on stage in Paris, of course. About this new album, I will show the cover. Okay, this is the great cover of this album. We could show it. Dark Asylum. It's a crazy story, like yeah, like you like. I will say you like that kind of huge story. It's begin the first song is Sanctorium and it's finished 15 song and 15 song. It's finished by Sanctum Requiem. The first single is Ashen World with a great special guest. It was Ignacia Fernández. How do you meet her? Finally, she's come from Chile, I think.
Yeah, so we've known Ignacia for 10 years. She used to come to the Camelot shows
Uh-huh.
as a fan, and so we've known her and her sister, um, and we've just hung out, kept in touch. And then when she started to become a vocalist, I would text her and say, "Hey, you sound great. Let's think about working together at some point." And then, everything just worked out perfectly for Ashen World, and she's also doing some vocals on the song Sanctuary with us, and she will probably be on some of the shows, or if not all the shows on the European tour.
Yeah, we kept one alive in the dark like a slave. So gather the embers and breathe them to flame. We'll craft a new cosmos and burn up ending. Let's escape this ashen world where the hearts are sold and the flames are furled. We'll rebuild a realm from forgotten dreams where creation rises to fractured seas far away beyond their schemes. Beyond their schemes. Cut your wrist like a ball and say don't. Mix it red with the poet's pain. Silence made sharp with a silver bow. We leave them behind. We leave them
About the shows, you tell me about the two tour. Do you change your set list? I mean, is it the same set list in USA, in and in Europe, or do you change something?
We're not sure yet. I mean, usually we change the set list quite a bit. Some bands will just play the same set for 3 years of an album cycle.
Yeah.
For me, it's a little boring to do that, and certain countries have different, a certain kind of uh, vibe. Like when we go to South America, we play a couple of different songs that we might not play in North America, for example. So more than likely there'll be some different songs on the European tour. We'll see. We're going to definitely play 4 to 5 songs from the new album on both tours, which is exciting. And yeah, so we're looking forward to that. But it just depends. Normally we change the set here and there anyway.
So some surprise, perhaps in France too, and in Europe too, of course. It was when you play many times finally in France. Do you have some great memories? In France, I suppose there is something that you never forget, because
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but
Yeah, I mean, and it's a lot of amazing times in France. There was a venue in Paris that got burned. So I remember we played there before it was burned, and we had some of the most amazing concerts there at that venue. I can't think of the name of it right now. I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about. The one that was there was a fire inside the venue.
Hmm. Ah, yes, Élysée Montmartre, Zenith. You play in the
Yeah, Elise Montmartre, yeah.
Élysée Montmartre, great place, yeah.
Yeah, so
Uh,
we had a lot of great times there, and I remember playing "Don't You Cry," the ballad, up in the little archway by myself, and the fans singing the song, and so a lot of great memories from our shows there, and um, yeah, and it's really cool that we're playing other cities than Paris. You know, like Lyon has become one of the main cities in France for Camelot now, which is really cool.
Yes, it's like I said at the beginning, it's a huge tour also in Europe. You play many gigs all around Europe, so this is very important for to speak about Dark Asylum. This album, is it a concept, a story? I love the cover. It was in a way in the same last cover, perhaps, but I disappear, but I don't know why. But about this cover, what was the idea? We see this beautiful girl with the raven, of course.
Yeah, I mean the cover is it's a girl that kind of represents all of us, you know, this sort of lost in our own mind, you know, blindfolded, chained, this kind of duality of beauty, but also like darkness.
Aha.
You know, it's a Camelot is usually uses female subjects on the cover. It's just something that has happened since, you know, basically the Fourth Legacy, you know, or um, and
Yeah.
and
Mm.
this is just a continuation of that. And the booklet is also full of tons of beautiful artwork. The yearbook that's available for fans. Visually, you know, there's just a lot going on. Also with our videos, so
Yeah, I love the video you did for the first single. Of course, Notre-Dame de Paris. How is about this idea finally to create all? It's like a little movie, I will say, because we see the band, but there is a huge story in the Notre-Dame de Paris, and we see Paris, of course, in the dark, like you say, and we are a little in the asylum too. So it's a mix between, I will say. How was born this idea, this clip, this movie? It's a little movie. You are since a long time very cinematographic, I would say.
yeah. Well, I love this style of Gothic romantic architecture and time. You know, um, this beauty and this aesthetic of extreme detail is I love this. You know.
Hmm.
Uh, And we wanted this album to be, we wanted to bring back some of these gothic elements to this album that we had like on Silverthorn or Ghost Opera. In addition to that, we wanted to bring back some folk elements that we had on The Fourth
Yeah.
Legacy, on Eternity. We have, as you know, we have a song in completely in Icelandic language, you know, which is very unique.
Yes, with a great singer,
Yeah, that
special guest too.
it's two singers.
Yeah.
One is her daughter, and Ranveg is the mom, and she was the singer on Sailor Man's Hymn from the Fourth Legacy album.
Ah, yeah. Hmm.
So I had this idea for a folk song, and Sasha, our producer, was in the studio with Ranveg and her daughter doing a different project. And the idea sparked to have them sing on this folk song. And then I had some lyrics that we translated to Icelandic, and it just came out really cool and special. And
It's
um, yeah, I think it's going to get some airplay in Iceland, which will be
yeah.
really cool.
I hope for you, but take care. We have very hot in France, but in the it will different. Just yes, tell me about. I love this universe, Raven Hill Asylum. Is it does it came from some movie? Because I think about I will say perhaps Martin Scorsese, Shutter Island. It's a little crazy universe too. So tell me more about this Raven Hill Asylum, which has been very terrifying.
You've been leading forever. What do you see in the embers burning? Are you aware of the silence? The internal oasis of life. 'Cause I'm watching my fears in the flames unfold and turn into glimmering gold. I am fire and stone. I am blood, I am mold, and the light from the one of a sorcerer.
Yeah, so I had this vision of a abandoned cathedral in the middle of the woods, completely abandoned for years. And a madman kind of stumbled onto this church and created his own cult on his own asylum. And the name of the asylum was Ravenhill. The title Ravenhill, it came up actually completely separately from the storyline. There was a street I was traveling and I saw this street called Ravenhill, and I wrote it down. I go, I got to use this title because I love the visual of that. So we called it Ravenhill Asylum, and the idea of the concept is we have 15 songs, but 3 of them are interludes. But there's 12 songs on the record that are all part of this asylum. They're all separate rooms, separate cells within the asylum. So these are 12 different unique stories based inside of this that gives the listener a chance to find something metaphorically in each of the songs to kind of relate to.
Yes, about the song, there is of course the song Dark Asylum. There is some different song because when I listen Ivy, My Dear, it's a great ballad with silo, violin, everything. A little. I always want these songs, and who is Ivy? I want to know her.
Yeah, so Tommy wrote Ivy, My Dear with Michael Rodenberg, which is Miro, who produced some of our earlier records. But Ivy is a character that one of the guys in this asylum is he's sort of imagining this lost love, But speaking of that song, I think you can comment, but it's one of the most beautiful Kamelot ballads that we've had with Tommy's vocals. It's absolutely stunning. And that's one of the songs I definitely would like to play, on the tour, because I think the fans are going to love to hear that live.
Undir tunglinu breytist líf, sjávarföllin kenna mér að sleppa, ég hverf og finn mig aftur í straumi sem dregur mig heim. Nætur himinn sjálf
Of the stories we feed our beliefs, I'm watching my fears in the flames
So there is a lot of special guests on tour. Finally, when you could get on stage, so it will be. There is also, of course, you like to get so many guests since the beginning. I will say this time there is also Tobias Sammet on One Last Masquerade. Do you think a long time before? To get to choose your guest finally, is it a huge I don't say work, but a huge thinking to decide who will be on this on an album of Kamelot?
It's every album we go into it with the thought that we might not have any guests, you know. And then things just happen. Like Ignacia, for example, I told you we've known her and we kept in touch, and then we had this song Ashen World, and I thought let it put a growl part in the mid part, and so she was definitely my pick. With Clementine, it was a little more planned because we knew we were going to tour with them, and we had also talked for years about her being on one of the records. But with Tobias Sammet, for example, it was completely organic and I want to say last minute, but it was like, hey, we got this song, uh, One Last Masquerade, and it's got this sort of Avantasia kind of vibe to it, plus
Uh-huh.
Camelot. And um, Sasha kind of, he wrote that with us. And I thought, hey, let's see if Toby can be on this song. And he said yes, and then the rest is history. And so these things kind of happen organically,
Mhm.
which is important for me because we never feel it's necessary, but it just always seems to work out, and it's always like a nice little spice to the soup, so to speak.
Do you have, I suppose, you have some dream about the special guest, I will say. Do you have some guys or women that you really want to get on as a special guest on one of the album of Kamelot? I suppose you want. You think about some people about perhaps in the future, perhaps you really get them.
Yeah, I mean, I've never put any kind of like sort of parameter on someone as a guest because we've been fortunate. The guests that we've wanted have been on our albums, you know. But like, I would love to add, like maybe in the future have Amy Lee from Evanescence join us on a song.
Uh-huh.
There's a vocalist from Norway named Marion Raven that I used to love like 20 years ago. She's not really a metal singer or even like a rock singer, but I just love her voice and I love her energy. Um, so those two would be somebody like for the future to look at. We haven't approached them, but you know, I would definitely do it if the song fit the need to do that, you know.
I, I was surprised. I am surprised because I think I know that you love Rush. So I think you tell me some guys, Daddy Lee or some guys, Rush. What do you think of the comeback of Rush? They are on tour and with a girl on drums, incredible drummer.
Yeah, I Rush is one of my first influences as a kid. I mean, my nylon guitar playing, part of that came from Alex Lifeson's, you know, playing acoustic. And um, the funny thing is, I've never seen them I never saw them live, which is kind of terrible. But uh, I think it's great that they're touring. I mean, they should be able to tour. Um, I'm sure that Neil Peart's, you know, family is gives them the blessing to tour. You know, um, so. But I don't think there's anybody. I mean, it would be cool to have Alex Lifeson as a guest on the album or Geddy Lee. That would be amazing. I haven't even thought about it, to be honest with you. Um, Growing up here in Florida was a band called Saigon Kick that I
Mhm.
really loved, and Jason Beeler
Great band.
has become a friend of mine, and he was one of my favorite guitar players. You know, starting out. So he's somebody that I would love to just like have he maybe on my solo record or something, have him play a solo, or we trade solos or something. So there's a lot of cool like people. Jeff Scott Soto is a friend of ours that would be fun to work with too. But with the Camelot kind of cinematic approach, it has to make sense. There has to be some kind of real like reason to do it.
Yeah. And what about SAVATAGE? There's to come back. Very important, SAVATAGE and RUSH. So you love this band too. And there is a live album, Get a Ballet from the 90s. Incredible live album. What is your feeling about the comeback? And do you listen to the live album, perhaps?
Um, well, Sabotage coming back is awesome. I mean, that was like what I grew up on too. They were called Avatar at the time, and I don't know if you know, but John Oliva was a guest on one of our albums already.
Mm.
He was singing on the song Citizen Zero, which was a big honor for me because, like I said, Sabotage, Chris Oliva, all these guys were part of, the whole basis for Camelot with Crimson Glory, Sabotage, Saigon Kick, and then bands from Europe like Maiden and Priest and stuff. But um, yeah, I think some of these reunions are cool. I would like to hear new music. I'm always about like new music. It's great to hear gutter ballet and songs, but I also think that creating new art is really important. That's
Yeah.
why Camelot tours, we have 4 to 5 new songs on every tour, and that keeps you know that grows your fan base, and it's an important part.
When you record this album, Dark Asylum, it will be out, like I said, the 28th of August, so in 1 month, a little more. What was the challenge after so many years? Do you have always, or do you have a challenge each time you record an album as a guitarist? Because you do many things in the band. What was the challenge in studio finally? Is there a songs who have been a great challenge to record? There are a lot of great guitar parts too, on each song, of course. So how was it for you?
I mean, we started this like 2 years ago, so we had a little bit more of a luxury of time, which I think is great. It's important, obviously going forward too, to have the extra time that you need to make the record that you want to release. So you're not
Mm,
just making an album to fulfill a contract, You want to make a record that is going to last for centuries, hopefully. This music it's not going anywhere. So long after I'm dead, this has to somehow stand on its own. But having 2 years was crucial to be able to make a record and release it within a certain amount of time and be able to tour on it. So there's always challenges, but honestly, this time it seemed like everyone's schedule was more geared to finishing the album and working on the album. Like Sasha, a lot of times is touring or doing other bands, but this
yeah.
time he was able to focus 100% on Dark Asylum. Jacob Hansen, he was 100% only working on Dark Asylum. So, that's an important factor when it comes to making a production because most of these guys that you work with, unless you do it all yourself, they're busy doing other bands and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, the normal challenges, but it's what we do and it's what we love.
Yes, Sasha is your producer since a long, long time. He's a sort of part of the team, I suppose. And of course, you get this incredible sound because the sound of the album is really huge and very operatic also. And like you said, cinematographic, we could say like that. How do you feel? I see the huge story of the band, and finally you begin 35 years ago. You are very young when I see you, like you, but 35 years ago, how do you feel about this? All this year you spend with the band, and all what you do uh, finally in this 35 years?
Mhm. Um, Honestly, it's when you do something consistently, you don't think too much about the time, you know.
Uh,
You're a musician or you're working as a at a company or whatever, the time flies, you know, especially if you're enjoying life and enjoying what you do, right? Um, so I really only kind of reflect on the time when I go back and listen to old records or look at old photos because I'm always so hyper focused on today and the future that I don't really get a chance to think too much about 35 years or whatever it might be. So that keeps me fresh. It keeps my mind looking forward. And yeah, I think that's the right approach to doing something you love and to also have that balance of work and home. And like we could tour more than we do, but we also make sure that we balance our relationships at home because there's so many bands that don't do that and they end up losing everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you get finally you get I will say the good musician now. There is sort of stability. Do you think it's the arrival finally of Tommy from Sweden, Europe, who change? There is two parts really important. The first part and the arrival in 14 years ago now of Tommy.
Oh yeah, it's like it's amazing, game changer. I mean, having him as a songwriter, frontman, friend, incredible vocalist, lyricist. Yeah, it's incredible. He's you know, I guess I can't say more about him and the other
Mhm.
guys in the band as well. Everyone is like super focused on putting on a great show for the fans and we all get along great on tour. There's no egos. So it's amazing.
So just to finish, because yes, a question about your what finally leading you, you and Camelot, the band, of course, after all these years. What challenge? What your ambition? What are your ambition? What your motivation? Who push you finally to record album, to do a so huge tour, and to finally to be there, and I suppose perhaps to play in Hellfest in France, and I hope to see you on stage. So what is the motivation?
Oh, we just love doing this. You know, we like to, we're artists. We love to create music. We love to create art. We love to perform. We like meeting all the fans and, you know, wherever it is. This is what we do. Um, and, you know, as long as we're playing great venues and there's people there, we'll do this, you know, when we love the whole world around it. So it's just, yeah, I mean, it's a great gig.
Yes. How do you feel the album will be out, I say, in 1 month, a little more? How do you feel the album is finished? Of course, you do everything. You do production now and you will prepare the tour. How do you feel that you know the album will be out in 1 month?
Oh, it's exciting. We're also gonna, you know, we'll have three singles out before the actual full album comes out. But you
Three,
know,
three
we
things.
have another single coming out in a week, and then we'll have another one coming out the day before the release. So it's yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I also like the fact that it's coming out later than it's coming out close to the time we tour. You know, that way it's like everyone gets a chance to listen to three or four songs, but they're not completely listening to the whole album 4 months before, which I think is not productive. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. I think fans are going to love it. We had a great time making it, and it's going to be exciting to play these songs on tour.
next single with a new video because I see to be continued. It's like it's like yeah, to be continued is like the movie film is the film in three parts. With Back in the Future. So so we are waiting.
Yeah, stay tuned. It's gonna be a little bit, but it'll be before the album comes out. You'll see the next full video.
So thank you. If you have something to say about for French people, a little hello for the French people and a little message. It's now or never.
Well, first of all, thank you for all the years of supporting Camelot, but we're going to be coming to France for a couple of shows and this fall. So please make sure you come and get tickets, come to the show, say hello to us. We'd love to meet all you guys. And yeah, just rock on, enjoy Dark Asylum, and we'll see you on tour.
Thank you very much, Thomas. Hope to see you very soon and have a nice day and see you soon.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Pascal.
much. Bye bye.
Bye.